All right, welcome to Feisty Chess. I've got white against Jimmy McBlunder on Lee Chess. Let's start with e4. Now, it's been a week since I played on the online chess, so I've been jonesing for this. We'll see how it goes. See if that week off was restful or it's going to make me sloppy. So I'm playing my Morra Gambit. He's not accepting the Gambit. He's going knight f6, so I push e5 here. And we'll see if we can get him to accept the Gambit. Now it would just hang a knight. Let's see, after e6, I think I need to take. I think that's my best move. And I'll follow up with knight c3. If he wants to trade, I'll happily support this big fat center with a c-pawn. And what's the best way to support this? Not queen d3. He's going to play bishop a6, actually. Queen b3. I could actually go for a b4. c4 if he goes bishop a6. We'll see, but queen b3 seems like a good move. Okay, he doesn't go for bishop a6. He probably wants to play knight c6 to a5 at this point. Bishop e2 seems to make sense here. c4 is also possible. That makes d4 a little bit weak. c4, knight c6, bishop e3. He can't really hit d4 again, can he? Let's just do this first. We'll just get castled and not get too fancy here. I suppose I had bishop a3 there, prevent him from castling. Actually, bishop a3 might be good right now. d6, huh? I like the look of bishop a3. If he takes, then I take with the bishop. He can't castle kingside. I can take with the knight. And this in-between capture on f3 doesn't work because when I recapture, I'll be hitting his rook. So yeah, bishop a3 looks very good here. I could take. There's a queen here, and then I get a knight. I think I'll just castle. Other options? Now I'm ready to rock. Black can castle too, I guess. That's the thing about taking the pawn back is you don't get quite the initiative. Okay. Now do I want to go ahead with c4? What's the plan here? I want to draw up some kind of attack on the king side. I think maybe harry the h-pawn has a plan. Let's do it. If he ever pushes d5, I'll be happy to trade off these bishops. he'll have a bad bishop on b7, and my bad bishop will be gone. He could take now. And I might need to retake with the pawn. Maybe getting rook to e1 would have been a good idea. Maybe my queen belonged on c2 as well. I was hesitant to do that because I didn't want to pin this pawn. But d4 is not really under attack. Okay. Let me see. Knight g5. Superficial. Doesn't really work. I can keep going with h5. Let's just keep going with h5. Okay, we've got him to weaken this a little bit. So now if I can get some kind of battery with queen and bishop on this diagonal, that would be nice. I also have this forcing move here. Maybe getting a knight. Ooh, now that he's played h6, a knight on e5 looks really good. I'm going to go for this. Let's trade these bishops off. And now knight here. And if he should play knight c6 or knight d7, I think I got f4. He can't bring much to bear on my c3 weakness. And he's got kingside weaknesses now. Okay, let's play f4. So if he takes my knight, I'm hitting his queen. I'm seeing a line though. Takes queen d5, and that stalls out into some kind of ending. But I might be able to kick him around in that ending. I like the look of white in that ending. Got the half open f-file, my rook's on. Okay. Okay, I want to make this battery. It'll take me a while. I can't go. I can't play c4 right now. Let's get this other rook in the game. We'll put it opposite the black queen. And I think I might try bishop, drop back there, and then queen there. But you know, he's got knight f6, doesn't he? He does. Maybe that's not the best plan. There is knight f6. G4 is one idea. Bishop C4 is another idea. He can just blockade things on D5, can't he? Well, he can come into E4 here. I think I better go bishop. This doesn't look much fun. Seems like if I'm in for a penny here with my pawns on H5, I should go G5. There's not really anything I can do about knight E4. If I play bishop D3, then H5 hangs. Maybe it's not so bad to hang H5. Anyway, he can still play knight E4, even if I go bishop D3, so I suppose I just have to live with it. Queen C2, planning bishop B3. Queen C2, bishop E4, then bishop E3. We'll trade off those bishops. I've got F5 as well. How did he play that? I've got F5. Oh, how did I not see that until now? F5 really loosens his kingside up. Okay, I'm playing F5. He can't take. If he does take, I think knight takes is the right response. It looks like queen D5 is forced, and then a queen trade, and then however he recaptures, I go here. Okay. Now he wants to threaten mate. I've got options here. Bishop here. That ends with H5 falling. So, okay, let's trade queens. He goes with that. I can play rook D3. Bishop. Okay, rook F3 might be better. But then my rook is in line with his bishop. But his knight can't really do any damage. I think I gotta go rook F3 here. The main threat is this. Not my C3 pawn so much, but I got this move defends both of those. Trouble is he can take. I can get this move in first. I'm threatening something worse with that move. So he has to respond to that, and then I can play rook F3. Maybe bishop F3 is a better response, especially if he takes with the rook. This is getting interesting. Now I've got rook here, but that ends with lots of captures and death. But bishop F3 actually pins this knight, and it gets the knight, my own knight, out of a pin. So we've got a really dynamic game here. My position is more loose than I'd like it to be. But I also have more central control. I'm actually threatening C4 here. which would effectively force this knight to come here, and I would get 2 pieces. Well, no, it would be bad. It would be bad for black. Yeah, I got to binging on online chess there for a while, and all right. Let's see what black does here. I like my position. I am down a lot on the clock, but Jimmy McBlunder is starting to spend some time to think, finally. If he goes b5, I think I might try rook b1, and then if a6, I've got a4. And that bishop being unprotected just leads to all kinds of pins. I suppose he has rook takes, doesn't he? Okay. That is one idea. Now do I want to push? Take. Then his rook will have to move. That's kind of nice. I don't know where this leads, but I think it's my best shot here. I could actually take with the bishop. Take, and then... Oh, that looks good. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Ooh, very tactical position. Even endgames can be quite tactical. So if he tries this, I just take here, and I've won a piece. And if he wins a rook, I win one of his rooks. At that point, I could perhaps move my knight or do a lot of things. Okay, do I want to do bishop takes? I think I want to keep those bishops on. I'll have to pass pawn here. And if he goes back to e7, I can just push. And then, yeah, that looks really good. I think he has to go... Well, let's see. If he wants to protect this pawn, it's got to be e7 or e8. e7. I think they both run into the same move. If I go here, then he wants to come here. But no, he has the threat on his bishop to worry about. Let's just push. We're threatening d7. Okay, we're going to carry out that threat. I don't have to react to this yet. I'll make him move a rook and then capture the other one. I think I need to do that. Okay. Well, it didn't work out like I hoped. Actually, I think I can get my king into this quicker than he can. Rook f8 is a move I'm kind of concerned with. Nah, rook f8, I just push. I just push. My pawn is more advanced, and that actually means quite a bit here. I am down a pawn, but I feel like I have some compensation. I don't want to push just yet. That only makes this king easier to get it. I might get my king over here, actually. Okay, I can invade with my king. Yeah, I think I need to do this before he goes rook f8 on his own. Come into g6. Oh, and he's going to get very passive about it. Let's just shore some things up. Ugh, what to do here? I gotta blockade that pawn. Oh, this is not going that well. Oof, it's tough. I just gotta try to defend here. Yeah, I'm losing that pawn now. Let's try to trade some pawns off. Going for a drawn rook ending. Okay, maybe I can get some activity here. If he goes king over, I'm going to go rook here. Oh, but this will defend that pawn too. I think I'm busted. King d6. Oh yeah, he doesn't need to respond to that, does he? Keep the rooks on. Look, I'm seeing an ending where he's got these and I've got nothing. He can trade both of these off and still have a... Okay, this might be a mistake. I might be able to play a6 now and make him one of his pawns backwards. a3, I mean. All right, we're trying here. Now we're going to go rook h here. Now I'll just do this. Okay, he might have a hard time winning this. Maybe not. It's not looking good. His king is in an awfully good position here. He doesn't even need to use his rook or pawns. He's just gonna, his king is gonna outflank me. Okay. Yeah, a2 and it's... Yeah, okay. Well played, Jimmy McBlunder. Let's look at the game. Yeah, c takes d4 is the main move here. Oh, I can go for queen takes as well. So, c takes, b6. Yeah, knight c3 is the idea. Takes, takes. I've got a little advantage. Queen c7, bishop d2. Doesn't like queen c3, queen b3. Okay, that can't be that big of a deal. Bishop d2 is better. Keeping my queen's options open. I thought this bishop would want to come out here or something. I don't know, I was happy with how it went in the game. The queen keeps communication with the knight. I suppose that's one thing. It still wants me to go bishop d3 instead of e2. Castling is better here. So the computer can't explain to me why that's better. c4 is the idea. Yeah, it doesn't like h4. This h-pawn idea is kind of just stopped dead in its tracks right there. Okay, it's basically an even game. I like this position, though, with the knight. Oh, bishop b5. Oh, that's obvious, and it makes things very difficult for black, doesn't it? Does that just win in exchange? Bishop b5, and the best black has is... I mean, he's got to go here if he wants to keep the material. c4? I don't understand. c4, queen takes. Knight takes. Oh, it's a skewer. The rook is going to come here and skewer. c4. Rook f8, get out of the pin. Queen f3. Hitting this guy. What's wrong with this? Queen c6. Knight c6. Oh, wow. Rook b7. Knight e7. King here. Take c8. Oh, and then you win the knight at the end. Whew, lots of stuff to see there. I just went with f4. Bishop b5 is still the idea there. Okay, I missed bishop b5. I even have it here. Well, c4 was a better idea now that I've protected my d-pawn. I don't know, c4 just seems to limit my piece's mobility, though. I guess I'm getting the queen over here. I can get the queen over to the queen side. Okay, likes bishop f3 better. I didn't like that. For several reasons, but one of which was, yeah, he just wins this pawn at the end. Rook d to d3. He can win that pawn. Anyway, black has an extra pawn there. That's why I went with queen takes. Whoops. It likes e takes d5 better. E takes d5. Oh. And then this knight is kind of pinned. Okay, but he went with knight takes. Now bishop b5. That makes sense. I never ever saw this move bishop b5. I overlooked it throughout the whole game. Oh my goodness. Bishop g4. Winning in exchange. Or at least knight e3. Bishop takes here. F takes. Yeah, and black is yeah, white's better here. This knight is turbo knight, can't be touched by the black bishop. So okay. Just missed some obvious tactical shots. This is a blunder because c4. Okay. F takes e5, c takes d5, rook to e8. Now bishop to e4. That seems counterintuitive. My move didn't do anything because the tactics added up to be all right. Rook takes f3 is better. e4, huh? Rook a3. I gotta imagine white's better here. Bishop e4. That's not an intuitive move at all. E takes d4. Rook takes. Get behind, get in front of the passer. Now bishop g6. Okay. Well, I'd definitely like to have white here, but I thought I had better in the game. This was too tempting. I didn't realize my rook was hanging at this line too. And I've lost a pawn because I've spent a pawn to make a queen. Probably should have just taken this pawn here and tried to go for a draw that way. That doesn't work either, though, because once he recaptures... Yeah, that's even worse. Once he recaptures, I can't guard this. There's no way to guard those pawns. D5. What about just king f2 here? Well, d5 is the right choice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, rook c1. Obvious. I was looking for a chance to do that later, but I missed that he gave me a chance right away. So yeah, I had this plan in my mind, and I didn't see anything else. I didn't have much time. So rook c1. The idea is I can get in here and kick his king back. He's got to go back in anticipation of this. Rook c6 anyway is still good. Maybe I'm coming to g6. Wow, why not just take this pawn? That's a draw. But this is how to preserve the advantage. So if he defends, yeah, rook g6, and now rook e7. But can I put him in zugzwang? Is that the idea? Just g3. He can't play king c7 because there's a fork. And whichever place he plays with his rook, if he goes there, I'm going to get one of these pawns. If he comes back here, I'm going to grab this pawn. But rook f7 is the best. I guess he just runs out of moves. Rook a6. Oof. Yeah, my rook is too powerful in the 6th rank. Okay, I missed that chance. Yeah, and I really went wrong on king f5. And from there, yeah, black just took control of the game. One of my pawns was going to die. 2 of them, it turns out, died. And I never even got a single pawn off of him. Okay, well, that's as much of that as I want to look at right now. Good game to my opponent, and to all of you watching, thank you, and stay feisty.